Welcome to Express News. We give you top 100 news of the day. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated in the International Abhidhamma Divas program and recognition of Pali as a classical language in the national capital. Abhidhamma Divas commemorates the descent of Lord Buddha from celestial realm after teaching Abhidhamma. The recent recognition of Pali as a classical language along with 4 other languages enhances the significance of this year's Abhidhamma Divas celebrations. Addressing the event, Prime Minister Modi highlighted the role of language in preserving culture and emphasized the responsibility of keeping Pali and Lord Buddha's teachings alive. Prime Minister Modi said, invaders sought to erase India's identity and after independence, people succumbed to a slave mentality. PM also said that an ecosystem had taken hold in India that worked to push the country in the wrong direction, but now the country is moving ahead with self-respect and pride. In a massive embarrassment for Canada, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau acknowledged before a commission of inquiry that he had not provided India with concrete proof regarding the killing of terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar on Canadian soil. Responding to which, India's Ministry of External Affairs said that the responsibility for the damage caused to India-Canada relations lies with Prime Minister Trudeau alone. Two-day International Methanol Seminar and Expo 2024 is being held in collaboration with USA's Methanol Institute at the Manekshaw Center in New Delhi. Event highlighted the progress of projects, products and research and development initiatives related to methanol production in the world. Addressing the event, Union Minister Nitin Gadkari said that research around blending 15% ethanol in diesel is in advanced stages. The Supreme Court of India upheld the constitutional validity of Section 6A of the Citizenship Act, ensuring that immigrants who entered Assam from Bangladesh between January 1st, 1966 and March 25th, 1971 retain their Indian citizenship. The ruling reaffirms provisions of the historic Assam Accord of 1985 signed in response to the massive influx of migrants following the 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War. Parliament member of the Canadian Parliament, Chandra Arya, released a statement highlighting the problem of violent extremism in Canada. In a video released on social media site X, the MP also urged all levels of the Canadian government to address the issue. Nayab Singh Saini was sworn in as the Chief Minister of Northern Indian state of Haryana today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, India's Home Minister Amit Shah and party's top leadership, among others, attended the oath-taking ceremony. General Anil Chauhan, Chief of Defence Staff, today launched the Evaluating Trustworthy AI framework developed by Scientific Analysis Group. Union Minister of State for Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh, unveiled Pawan Chitra, India's first self-powered indoor air quality monitor at Thiruvananthapuram International Airport. Speaking on Bangladesh court's order on Sheikh Hasina's arrest warrant, India's Ministry of External Affairs on Thursday said that India has seen some reports and doesn't have comment to offer. At close, the Sensex declined 494.75 points to settle at 81,006.61. Nifty fell 221.45 points or to close at 24,749.85. Gold futures maturing on December 5 stood at rupees 76,945 per 10 grams on the multi-commodity index. Silver futures maturing on December 5th stood at rupees 92,306 per kilograms on the MCX. Indian rupee falls 5 paise to close at 84.07 against US dollar. India's merchandise trade deficit declined 5-month low to $20.78 billion in September. It is attributed to a slowdown in import growth to 1.6% and a slight increase in merchandise exports by 0.5%. The European Central Bank is likely to lower interest rates again on Thursday. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose on Wednesday as Wall Street's three benchmark indexes ended higher. S&P 500 gained 0.47%, while Nasdaq Composite gained 0.28%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 0.79%. India's President Draupadi Murmu visited Malawi in last leg of her three African nation visit. Upon her arrival, President received a guard of honor. India's President attended the India-Malawi Business Roundtable on Thursday in Malawi's Lilongwe. She hailed India as the fourth largest trading partner of Malawi. Bangladesh's International Crimes Tribunal issued an arrest warrant for ex-PM Sheikh Hasina. They alleged her involvement in crimes against humanity that took place during demonstrations. Apart from Sheikh Hasina, arrest warrant was also issued for 45 others for alleged crimes against humanity which led to Hasina's ouster. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky pitches his victory plan to EU in Brussels. He also called for NATO membership invitation and a major increase in military support for Kiev. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky attended the NATO defense ministers meeting on Thursday in Brussels. NATO chief Mark Rutte and you said Ukraine must be in position of strength for talks with Russia. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky discussed his victory plan with US President Joe Biden on Thursday. Zelensky discussed long-range weapons, delivery of aid packages and implementation of his plan with Biden. US President Biden announced $425 million in military aid for Ukraine. The package includes air defense capability, air-to-ground munitions, armored vehicles and critical munitions. Russian forces attacked energy infrastructure in Ukraine's southern region of Mykolaiv overnight. The attack had cut power to some consumers. No casualties were reported. Russia claims its forces took control of another settlement in Ukraine's Donetsk region. Russia's defense ministry claimed the control of Maximilian Irivka. US Defense Secretary speaks to Israeli counterpart. The two leaders discussed Israel's operations in Lebanon and the humanitarian situation in Gaza. Austin and Gallant also discussed an advanced US anti-missile system that Washington has deployed to bolster Israel's defenses. Israeli airstrike destroyed Lebanese municipal headquarters in the biggest attack on an official Lebanese state building. 16 dead, 15 injured in southern city of Nabatea. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi held talks with his Egyptian counterpart during a rare visit to Egypt. Leaders discussed regional developments, with Al-Sisi reiterating Egypt's call to avoid the expansion of conflict. Iran, in fact, warns Israel against retaliation for missile attack as Israel stepped up its offensive against Hezbollah. Fears of a wider Middle East conflict intensifies. Deaths in Nigeria fuel tanker explosion rise to 147. The accident is one of the worst in recent times in Africa's most populous nation, which is battling with widespread security threats. Mexico's former top security official was sentenced to over 38 years in a US prison for aiding drug cartels. He was convicted at a high-profile trial in New York last year. On the second day of polio vaccination in Gaza, WHO and UNICEF vaccinated over 64,000 children. So far, the authorities have vaccinated around 157,000 children. Sri Lanka's health authorities have warned of a potential resurgence of dengue fever due to rainy weather. The health officials are urging the public to remain vigilant. As per the National Dengue Control Unit, the total number of dengue cases crossed 40,000 by 15 October this year. 20 dengue deaths have been reported so far. Time now for a short break. Keep watching Express News. Don't go anywhere.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the economic brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Welcome back. I'm Prasar Bharati and you're watching Express News. White House says Biden administration has approved over $1.8 billion for hurricane relief so far. Spending comes as states across southeastern U.S. work to recover from hurricanes. White House said 8,000 federal personnel were on the ground to assist in hurricane recovery. Biden approved federal aid to help residents, including temporary shelter, restoring power. Heavy rains wreak havoc in Oman, flooding roads and causing disruption to daily life. Oman meteorology warned citizens of more rains. In Oman's Muscat, several people were rescued post-tropical storm. Authorities in Oman advised everyone to avoid low-lying areas until the alerts lifted. Torrential downpour shows no signs of abating in India's southern state Tamil Nadu. Weather officials issued an orange alert in 7 districts, including Vellore and Ranipet. The IMD has also issued red rain alert warning for Tamil Nadu's Kanyakumari, Thoothukudi and Tirunelveli. 26 disaster management teams have been deployed across Chennai. 5.9 magnitude earthquake struck Turkey eastern Malatya province. The earthquake was felt in nearby provinces including Diyarbakir, Elazig, Sanliurfa and Tunceli, as well as in some parts of northern Syria. Turkish residents have been advised to remain cautious due to the possibility of aftershocks. There were no immediate reports of casualties or significant damage. Toxic black balls wash up on Sydney beaches, forcing their closure. Waverley Council said it had closed Bondi, Bronte and Tamarama beaches as precaution. Cleanup crews were seen on the closed beaches collecting the debris dressed in orange protective gear. Preliminary testing suggests the mystery items were tar balls, lumps of oil and debris. Conservationists in Colombia are breeding exotic frogs in lab to counter wildlife trafficking of critically endangered harlequin poison dart frog. Scientists in Chile have relocated 10 endangered frogs to preservation center, aiming to eventually return them to their natural habitat in the Atacama Desert. Egyptian geese originally from sub-Saharan Africa are now settling in eastern France, outcompeting local species, alarming concerns over biodiversity loss. 2 giant pandas have arrived at Smithsonian's National Zoo, will remain in quarantine for 30 days before their public debut in January 2025. Australian scientists are racing to develop a vaccine to protect koalas from chlamydia, a disease threatening their population. A rhinoceros family at Oregon Zoo in Portland celebrated Halloween early by crushing and eating pumpkins as part of a seasonal treat. A tourism boom and rapid construction are threatening Bali's environment, prompting the Indonesian government to consider halting new developments. Brazil's Praia da Glória beach in Rio de Janeiro has been cleared for swimming after successful water quality tests by the National Environment Institute. Indonesia's Free Meals pilot program, initiated by incoming President Prabowo Subianto, aims to provide meals to millions of children and pregnant women. Coo Lao Cham, an island in Vietnam, has been recognized for its traditional hammock weaving craft made from the sycamore tree, now listed as National Intangible Cultural Heritage. Scientists, fishermen and Parks Australia have teamed up to study and protect the endangered sawfish, which dwindled due to environmental threats. Traditional Japanese horseback archery known as Yabusame was performed at the Nikko Toshogu Shrine in Tochigi Prefecture. Thousands of tourists are visiting Thailand's Nakhon Phanom province for the annual Illuminated Boat Procession Festival held from October 8 to 18. The Illuminated Boat Procession Festival celebrates the end of the rainy season with light-adorned boats floating on the Mekong River. Antavo has transformed a senior employee into an AI avatar named Timmy AI, offering business advice in 80 languages. This AI-powered assistant is designed to help clients manage loyalty programs more efficiently using advanced language models. For the first time ever, a well-known auction house is selling an artwork that was painted by a humanoid robot, Ida. The painting, titled AI God, is expected to fetch between £100,000 and £150,000 at Sotheby's. Fujitsu AI technology is being used to preserve Japan's traditional no theatre by analyzing teaching stylist movements. A genderless fashion collection by Brazilian brand Another Place kicked off Sao Paulo Fashion Week, showcasing label-free garments inspired by nightlife. Six-time Oscar nominee Amy Adams returns to the screen in the film Night Bitch. The film set to release on December 8th. I beg your pardon, December 6th. Former One Direction singer Liam Payne died after falling from his hotel room balcony in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Fans gathered outside the Buenos Aires hotel where singer Liam Payne was found dead. Payne gained global fame as part of the pop band One Direction. Billy Crystal's psychological thriller Before will debut in 2-episode installments. Crystal takes a darker turn with his show premiering on October 25th. Bruce Springsteen expressed his excitement for the upcoming biopic about his 1982 album Nebraska, starring Jeremy Allen White. Mamoudou Athie is in talks to star alongside Zendaya and Robert Pattinson in A24's highly anticipated film, A Drama. Actress Sophia Bush has been cast as a new trauma surgeon in Grey's Anatomy, making a debut in the show's 21st season. Bush's character, Dr. Cass Beckman, will make a debut in Grey's Anatomy on November 7. Angelina Jolie will receive the prestigious Molten Modern Master Award at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival on February 5th, 2025. And Selena Gomez opened up about her mental health struggles during Wondermind's Mental Fitness Summit on World Mental Health Day. India shooter Vivan Kapoor clinched silver medal in trap event on the last day of shooting World Cup finals in New Delhi. India shooter Anantjeet Singh Naruka clinched bronze medal in men's skeet event at the shooting World Cup final in New Delhi. India were bundled out for paltry 46 runs on the second day of the first test against New Zealand in Bengaluru. In reply, New Zealand were 180 for the loss of 3 wickets when bad light stopped play, taking over 100 runs lead. The International Cricket Council has inducted 3 legends, Alastair Cook, Neetu David and A.B. de Villiers, into Hall of Fame. Australia take on South Africa in the first semi-final of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup in Dubai on Thursday. Bangladesh star all-rounder Shakib Al Hasan is all set to play his last test against South Africa beginning on Monday. In tennis, Carlos Alcaraz defeated Denmark's Holger Rune 6-4, 6-2 to reach semi-final of Six Kings Slam in Riyadh. At Nations League, Portugal sealed quarter-finals berth with a 0-0 draw against Scotland. Juventus midfielder Paul Pogba says he is eager to return to football after his doping ban was reduced to 18 months from 4 years. That's all in this edition of Express News. Updates will continue on DD India. Keep watching.